What's up, YouTube? Today I want to talk to you guys about iTunes Error 9 and your phone getting stuck in a boot loop and some possible solutions for that. I want to start off with a disclaimer though that this video is for someone who is at least good at taking things apart or knows about phones to some extent. I would not recommend continuing this video if you're not really computer savvy or you barely know how to operate an iPhone. So, with that being said, I have a couple tools here that you will need to poke around for this repair. You might actually not need them, but it's good to have them on hand. So, okay, first I've got a screwdriver, and this screwdriver has what's called a pentalobe tip. And the pentalobe is the type of screw that is at the bottom of your iPhone. So you'll need this to open your phone. 000 Phillips head screwdriver. You need those to get most of the screws off in your iPhone. Very small flathead Phillips. You need that if you're going to remove the board from your iPhone. Then this is what's called a black stick. Duh. This is what I use. I use it to pry off connectors, but really, as long as you have anything that's not like metal and something that you can use to, pop those connectors off, that should be fine. And of course, tweezers because you're gonna drop screws and need to pick up small stuff. Okay, so now let's go take a look at the phone and see what we can figure out.
Alrighty, I've got the phone taken apart a bit so it's a little easier to show you guys what I'm talking about. So I've got the phone all fixed now, so I don't really want to turn it on and mess with it. So just so you know, but I'll walk you through the steps still. So I'm going to tell you guys the story about what happened with this. I bought this phone off of eBay, and on the screen right here, there's a logo. There's an iTunes logo, and it's a picture of the lightning cable. So basically your phone's like, hey, connect me into iTunes and restore. So before you go getting all crazy and taking your phone apart, make sure you always start with the easiest stuff. So I took my phone, I took the lightning cable, plugged it into iTunes, no dice, didn't restore. I kept getting this error that popped up that said error 9, which usually has to do with the cable. So first of all, when you're doing this, if you're getting error 9, make sure you're using an Apple, like, original authentic cable, because sometimes crappy cables, I don't know, iTunes doesn't like that. So this is an authentic cable. Still didn't work. So I took my phone and I hooked it up to my laptop, and I'm using this program right here. If you guys can see it here, I'll zoom in on the logo. It's called Reboot. Sorry, that's kind of hard to read, but basically it's really cool. If your phone's stuck in some sort of recovery mode, it'll take your phone and just give you a very simple option to take it out of recovery mode, and this program forces your phone to do that. It's free online. I'll put a link to the website below. So I did that, and the phone then started doing this really weird thing. It was flashing the Apple logo and then turning off, and then Apple logo and then off. So okay, now I'm kind of at a loss. Now we're at the point where we need to open up the phone. So take off the screen, and let's see, I took a toothbrush with some alcohol and I just wiped down the connectors, and I disconnected and reconnected the battery. And sometimes there can be lint buildup in this lightning port, from people putting it in their pockets. So I had this hypothesis that maybe like pocket lint was causing a bad connection. So I cleaned that out. Still nothing happened. And then, let's see, next thing I did, I have a spare part iPod or iPhone 6 chassis. So I took the logic board out of this one and put it into this one instead of just swapping out the lightning ports. So I'm going on right now that it may be a problem with the port itself, which is why it's not letting it connect to iTunes. That still didn't work after all this stuff. So, not able to restore it, not able to kick it out of recovery mode using software. And finally, I actually, in a last ditch effort, I looked on iFixit.com, and the guy said after a screen replacement, his phone was doing the same thing. And he tried it with a different screen, and it restored. Because, let me back up for a second. I could restore it without the screen, which is really weird. So, I take this off. I have some other iPhone 6s for sale right now, so I had one of those and just tested it. I took the screen off and popped it on, and would you guess it worked? Isn't that crazy? So basically, I got this iPhone that they thought was broken, and I'll probably be able to sell it for double, I hope. But I know this is a tricky error that is really tripping up some people online. So I just wanted to share my story so you guys might be able to figure it out in the future. Uh, try everything you can think of. And remember, if this is happening after a screen replacement, I don't know why, but it could be your screen. Thanks for taking the time to watch, and I really hope you guys get everything fixed. Take care.